What is up, my friends? Okay, let's get into this. What is up with the flying tragedies, my friends? What is up with the flying tragedies? We had Oliver Tree die in Brazil in a helicopter crash. Now we have a terrible B 52 bomber going down at Edwards Air Force Base here in California. So make sure to like the stream. So it goes on to say that 8 people died. Terrible news, my friends. So credit to Fox News, U.S. Air Force Base B 52 bomber crashes shortly after takeoff at Edwards Air Force Base in California. So Edwards Air Force Base is used for testing out some dangerous maneuvers. That base is also used for testing new equipment. So it says here that a U.S. Air Force B 52 Stratofortress crashed shortly after takeoff from Edwards Air Force Base in Kern County, California on Monday. Officials said the aircraft went down on the Edwards airfield around 11:22 a.m., according to a statement from the base posted on X. So it says here that, quote, a United States Air Force B 52 Stratofortress crashed shortly after takeoff on the Edwards airfield at 11:20 a.m. So here is a photo. Just absolutely nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. Absolutely tragic. Yeah, that is. Oh god, crazy. Just the black smoke. Let's see if I could get you the other image. Yeah. Oh god, this says it all right here. Credit to Reuters. Oh my god. No way anybody survives that. That is terrible. So the B 52 bombers, we've all seen them. Beautiful machines. Oh, okay. When you think of B 52 bomber, what do you think of? I have not played this game in forever. I have not played this game in forever. What do you think of when you hear B 52 bomber? Call of Duty. It's 100% correct. Put W Call of Duty in the comment section below. So I'm trying to get some more information, but what they said is that it was instant. It took off, then instantly just went down. So there was some swirlings of them testing out some new technology, but I don't know about that. We are going to have to wait for the actual facts to come out because the investigation is ongoing right now. But the main point is that we lost 8 beautiful individuals, which was a mix of military, but also Boeing workers, I believe, too. How does this say? Yeah, it says that we lost 8. Okay, so it says that the the aircraft that crashed was a B 52 Stratofortress, a long haul heavy bomber that can reach subsonic speeds at altitudes up to 50,000 feet. So it says that the plane, which was on a test mission in support of a radar modernization program, quote, crashed and burst into flames, end quote, immediately after taking off, Hayes said, credit to USA Today. So it happened instantly. So that's terrible, man. Uh-huh. So who are the victims? So it says here that authorities haven't identified the victims on board the bomber when it crashed, but said they were a mix of military personnel and civilian contractors. Family members were being notified on June 15th. I could not fucking imagine, man. Oh, I could not imagine. Put rest in peace heroes in the comment section below. Okay, now let's get into the FBI foils UFC 250 Freedom terrorist attack. My God, you can't do anything nice. God damn it, we can't have anything nice. We can't even have a nice UFC event without some fucking nutcases going wild. Fucking unbelievable. Okay, make sure to sub to my Substack at On the Air with Mark. Sub to my Rumble at On the Air with Mark. Sub to my Kick at On the Air with Mark. Let's get to 100 here. Okay, let's get to 100 here. So it makes me laugh how when you first, prior to even starting on YouTube, you're like, man, I'm going to put ads all over the fucking place. I'm going to put ads all over the fucking place. But then what happens? You realize who cares? Who cares in terms of money? Because I have uh, some just other streams of income. I like the stock. Okay, I like the stock market. So I mean, with that, this main channel will be based off of mainly donations. Once in a while, I'm going to run ads. I mean, sure, why not? Why not? Just for shits and giggles. But this channel, my work will be mainly based off of donations because that's the whole point. Okay, this is for the people. Okay, so yeah, you see some of these. Oh my god, well, man, that made me laugh. God, you see some of these the influencers ads all over the fucking joint, ads all over the fucking joint. They might as well have the fucking stamp right there, stamp right there. Fucking brought to you by. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, pretty soon I'm gonna have my coffee mugs and yeah, I'm gonna sign the coffee mugs and so it's like a real piece. Okay, versus just some mass produced horse shit. Okay, so I'm gonna get some coffee mugs. I want to make some badass t-shirts and so yeah, we're gonna go from there, see what happens. But yeah, the whole ad seems funny how it shifts. So yeah, this is gonna be 100% fan powered, pretty much. Okay, make sure to like the stream, sub to my Substack at On the Earth Mark, my YouTube at On the Earth Mark. Let's get to 1,000 so I could do a news and brews. Credit to News Nation. FBI thwarts alleged terror plot against UFC Freedom 250 event. So it says here that the United States prevented an alleged explosive drone plot threatening the UFC Freedom 250 event in Washington, D.C. FBI Director Kash Patel said Tuesday morning the historic UFC fight was held on the south lawn of the White House June 14th, but Patel said the FBI became aware of the threat June 10th. Multiple people are in custody after the attacks were, quote, stopped cold, end quote, as a result of a multi state operation, Patel said. Tyson Proper, 19 years old, was arrested in connection with a terror plot against the United States. 19 years old, you had nothing better to do, buddy? 19 years old, you had nothing better to do? Oh, wow, that's interesting. So it says here that 4 days before the UFC fight, Proper's mother called police concerned about her son's online inactivity and recent firearms purchases. He had allegedly spent thousands of dollars in graduation money on firearms. Police discovered large boxes of ammunition and tactical gear, as well as involvement in signal chats. Okay, so it says here that the investigators interviewed Proper at a medical facility where he admitted to plans to attack the U.S. government with a group he identified as, quote, vanguard of the old, end quote, which believes the country is headed in the wrong direction and people involved with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein should not run government. So, my friends, you have to understand that this is always going on. This is always going on. There are always creeps and freaks trying to cause harm to the masses for reasons, for proper reasons. I don't think so. For proper reasons, I don't think so. I think they're just crazy. But yeah, what a nightmare that would have been. And credit to the mom. Credit to the mom for understanding that something's wrong and letting the authorities know. That is how you prevent disaster. Okay, my friends, this is how you prevent disaster. You have to be proactive. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys in this one. Make sure to like the stream, follow me here on YouTube at On the Air with Mark, sub to my kick at On the Air with Mark, sub to my Substack at On the Air with Mark. So that being said, what are your biggest concerns? Okay, wherever you are, the UK, Canada, what are your biggest concerns? Let me know in the comment section below. On a scale of 1 to 10, how optimistic are you about life? Okay, so that being said, thank you for tuning in to a Tuesday edition of On the Air with Mark Live. The pleasure is all mine, my friends.